What's up, everybody? It's Steph back with another video. Like many people, I come from a religious background, and I would say, coming from that type of background, I grew up even into my young adult years with the concept that God exists only outside of me. And I think the problem with that is when you grow up with that mindset, and if you only think that God exists outside of you, it's more easy and more natural to feel alienated from God, and it's more natural to feel like you fall short of having some form of intimacy or deep connection with God. And it has me in bondage. I think many people who do come from a religious background, they live their lives in bondage, feeling like they can never be good enough, feeling like they can never measure up to know God, to hear from God, to understand their purpose, to really walk in their true fullness of why they came to this earth. And I knew that for me, that was never enough. It was never enough to go to church. It was never enough to hear the cliches like everything happens for a reason, and God is making this happen to you for a reason. And it was never enough for me to just my deepest relationship with divinity and life and the source of creation to hear all of the cliches that our families pass down from generation to generation. And it also was never enough for me to just accept that everything happens by chance or just randomly. I could tell that there was a deeper meaning for life, and deeper meaning for me existing, a deeper meaning for everything around us. But I just know that I wanted to know the truth. I wanted to know the truth of why we're here, and what's the purpose of life and what my purpose was. So I set out on those deeper paths, asking those deeper questions, and I sought and sought and sought until I began to find the answers. Now, what that looked like initially was me still being in my religious origin, but really seeking answers to the adamantly and with the fullness of my heart, diligently seeking answers within that context. And I feel like now I have a broader perspective, but there's times where I realize that just could not be the fullness of what life was. I don't mark it off of having no purpose, no truth, no meaning, whether you believe in the Bible, the Quran, or anything. I think that there's a little bit of truth in all of it because I've studied all of it. But for me, there was always this inevitable point that I reached where I felt like I plateaued, and that plateau was often division, because at a certain point, all religion leads to the division of people. Now you have to alienate yourself from those who believe differently than you, who look differently than you, who walk differently than you. And to me, that limited the substance of love. And I had a problem with that, and I was deeply conflicted. So I kept searching. And I went through some ups and downs on that journey, and that looked like sometimes being fully invested in whatever faith I was following at the time. And sometimes that looked like questioning the whole thing, like, am I on the right path? And it took a lot of soul searching, a lot of humility, a lot of pain, a lot of confusion. There were times where I wouldn't think about anything purpose or religion or faith or God related for months and months at a time, just so I can escape the prisons that came with it. And ultimately, as I began to continue to grow, continue to seek, and I started attracting a deeper level of consciousness, and I started accessing a deeper level of consciousness, and I started to realize the bigger picture of it all. And even when it came to material things like goals and things like that, I always was motivated and always had big faith there. And it just hit me one day, like, okay, all of these faiths, all of these religions, they teach you how to walk, they teach you how to live your life, they teach you how to believe in God. But if you look at the common denominations between all of it, it's like, in order to believe in God, you have to believe in yourself. A lot of us, when we're going through those journeys, we look to God for everything. Oh, God will do this, God will make this happen, God will make that happen. But no, that's what man says. But if you actually study those manuscripts yourself, it says you have to transform yourself so that you can create and change your circumstances. And when it hit me that all of these things taught the same common principle, and the same common wisdom. It's like, no matter what happens, no matter who we are, no matter if we believe in God, if we have a faith or not, if we have a religious perspective or not, no matter who we are, in order to say we believe in the faith that we have, or in order to say that we actually do have faith in that those principles that we follow, we have to believe in ourselves. Because if we believe in something outside of ourselves but don't believe in ourselves, then it will never happen for us. Nothing will ever change in our life. We won't be able to create, according to the principles that we follow. So it just hit me, I was at a place of being confused about what my perspective was, and what I believed, and just about what the truth was. I was confused about what the truth was, and I was in a place of deep seeking from the universe and asking deep questions, and that's when I gained that revelation. No matter who we are, no matter what we choose to believe, if we're going to accomplish anything in this life, if we're going to create anything in this life, if we're going to be able to create change and have impact and connect with a purpose, no matter what, we have to believe in ourselves. And I was able to associate that with the teachings that I've learned by studying many faiths. In order to believe in anything, any form of a deity, any form of God, any form of a higher reason, a higher purpose, you have to believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, then you will never be able to connect and embody that substance. It's only by believing in yourself and knowing how special you are and knowing how powerful you are that you are able to connect with that substance. It's only by believing in yourself that those deities and those manuscripts say that you believe in God. You have to believe in yourself. And once I came to that point, I became very empowered, and I began to recognize my own divinity, because I can choose to create or I can choose to accept, and that which I choose to accept, I will not change. But if I choose not to accept and choose that I want something greater, then I myself embody the power and accountability to change my own life. And by me doing this, I now manifest an expression of God, because I am an expression of God. You are an expression of God. These trees and those birds are an expression of God. Everything is one. And that's basically the grand truth that I was led to by the universe, is that whatever the truth is, it has to encompass all things. Because if there is a higher power, which there is, if there is a higher purpose, a higher reason, which there is, then whatever that source is, it allowed all of these different faiths to exist, all of these different species to exist, all of these races of human to exist. It allowed the trees to exist, the air, the birds, the sky, wood, plants, flowers, insects. All of these things have been allowed to exist. So because these things exist, they are a part of the big picture. They are a part of whatever the truth is, that immeasurable substance of the truth. And however deep that substance go, these things are included. Every faith is included. Every person is included. Every animal, every creature, every part of nature is included. So if you are a person too who is on that same journey, or who has walked that same journey, then you're probably either connecting with the truth that, or have connected with the truth that, in order to believe in God, you must go within yourself. In order to believe in something greater, you must believe in yourself. You must believe in all of the things that you are capable of. You must know that you have the power to create and influence your reality and to transform your life. And you have the power within you to go deep inside yourself, to connect with your divine purpose and your reason for being alive, and your mission that you were sent to earth to accomplish. And that's the most powerful understanding that you can come to, because once you grow apart from, the mindset that God only exists outside of you, you begin to and you learn that God is within you, and you are an expression of God. You start to feel a deeper intimacy with God that you never felt before, and you start to even recognize that you are one with all of creation. You are one with animals. You are one with the trees. You are one with the air and the moon, the sky. Everything is one. Everything that exists is a part of one grand creation. The things that we can see and the things that we can't see, the physical and the spiritual, the emotional, the tangible, the things that don't have form, things that do have form, color, natural phenomena. Everything is all a part of the consciousness of God. So In order to believe in God, you must believe in yourself. You must believe in yourself because you are a part of the God that we all seek and have a deep yearning to connect with, that we all want to return to a oneness consciousness with, that we all want to fulfill our greatest and deepest person because of, that we all want to heal and, you know, just live our best life because of. You know, that deep yearning within you is God leading you to manifest your divinity, to manifest your best version, your best form, your highest form, and to help you gain all that you came to this earth to gain and experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. That's who you are right now. You aren't a human with a spirit. You're a spirit that has a human body, and you're just learning from this experience. This is only one stage of our existence. This is temporary, but that exists within is forever. And that's why we find our greatest wealth when we go within. We connect with our purpose when we go within. We find freedom and healing and liberation when we go within. So if you really want to gain a deeper intimacy with God and know who God is, you must believe in and connect with yourself. Now is the time to ascend. Thank you for watching this video. Stay tuned, like and subscribe because I will begin to post regularly. Peace.